There are many Bibles. You got about 3,000 versions, and the one that most people here believe in is the King James version. And when a version is not a fact, a version is something like the original. And James commissioned 47 men under Sir Francis Bacon. He pulled them from Cambridge University, Oxford University, University of Eton, and University of Scotland at Glasgow. Those 47 men wrote God's words.
You're not going to be very popular in this area.
I didn't plan to be.
Okay. This quote from one of your books, and this will be available to our studio audience, and we'll talk about this a little bit after we get off the air. And I'm not even sure I should read this. This is from a Bible.
That's the Bible in this. You should read it. Read what was in Genesis up until the 6th century. It is still in the Book of Mormons. That's the people in Salt Lake City, which many blacks have joined because they'll join the Ku Klux Klan as the open membership. It is still in the Calvinist teaching in South Africa. And read what was in the Bible up until the 6th century.
So you're saying that this is still in the Mormon Bible?
It's still in the Mormon Bible. It is still in the Calvinist Bible. And look at the bottom where the Roman Catholic Church had it, and they now make an excuse that they were sorry that it was ever in there, but nevertheless it was.
All right, let me just share this with our audience here and our audience at home. And this is from one of Dr. Ben's books.
And from all the books, it's on page 120 and 21 in that book.
Let me just share a little bit of it here, because I want to get some reaction from you, and it's something for folks to think about. And you say this is from a Bible. Therefore, it must be Canaan, your firstborn, whom they enslave. And I'm just starting in the kind of the middle because there's a lot of it here. And since you have disabled me, doing ugly things in blackness of night, Canaan's children shall be born ugly and black. Moreover, because you twisted your head around to see my nakedness, your grandchildren's hair shall be twisted into kinks, and their eyes red. Again, because your lips jested at my misfortune, theirs shall swell. And because you neglected my nakedness, they shall go naked. And the rest of this stuff is underlined. And this is a quote from the book. Bible, you say. And their male members shall be shamefully elongated. Men of this race are called Negroes. Their forefather Canaan commanded them to love theft and fornication, to be banded together in hatred of their masters, and never to tell the truth.
That's right. It was in the Judeo-Christian Bible until the 6th century of the Christian era, also called AD, Anno Domini.
Shalom, all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'asham, Washai, Ba'asham, Nakakadash. Double honors to the elder and the apostles of the great millstone and salutations to all the sincere king. This is your brother Abawan back again with another video through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Ba'asham, Washai. And this is a video in Dr. Joseph Ben, Joe Cannon, and George Simmons and African origins, right? And in this video, this individual, Dr. Ben, he goes into some of the scriptures and some of his philosophies and doctrines concerning the scriptures and concerning the writings of the scriptures. And I actually clipped some of that video and some of the points I wanted to touch on and respond to in the beginning of this video. So I'll just go straight into it. What I just wanted to do was just to, get and show you the actual video on the YouTube. And let me open that right now. Let's just show you the actual video on the YouTube. And this is the title of the video that I'm talking about. Okay, and this is the channel where it's from, Reckless One. Yeah, okay, not Reckless One, Real Black One. Okay. But yeah, that's since I've gotten that, let's go into the precepts. So, like I was saying, Dr. Ben, and he spoke of some of his philosophies and his, beliefs concerning the scriptures, which are false, of course. And these are just some of the things I wanted to respond to, because the main thing that really got me was when he went into right? How or the origin of the King James, that oh well, the King James Bible was invented, right? Because a version, I was talking about the version, the difference between a version and the actual thing, right? Because the scriptures have so many different versions, not just one. These are multiple different accounts concerning the scriptures. It's like not multiple not multiple accounts, but multiple versions of the scriptures, right? Like for example, the KJV and the other versions, the NIV, CSB, and so on and so forth. But the thing about that is that we believe through the Spirit that the KJV is the most accurate version of the scriptures or the most accurate translation of the scriptures, and we will not you can't really argue when somebody says that oh well that the KJV isn't accurate because there are mistakes, there are clerical errors, we can admit to that. But here is the thing, right? What we are arguing about, or what we're talking about, is the authenticity of, or not the authenticity, but the accuracy of the translation, and not the authenticity of the source material. Because then we say that the KJV has some flaws and some mistakes. We are saying that those mistakes are mistakes from the translation and not from the actual scriptures, not from the original Hebrew text that the scriptures are written from. Okay, let's get that precept. I believe that should be the book of Ecclesiasticus. I have to jump down a little bit. Ecclesiasticus 1, and I have to get the actual point. I have to jump down a little bit. Ecclesiasticus 1, verse 1. Wherefore let me entreat you to read it with favour and attention, and to pardon us wherein we may seem to come short of some words. So like here. Wherefore, Ecclesiasticus 1 verse 1, 1 6. Wherefore let me entreat you to read it with favour and attention, and pardon us wherein we may seem to come short of some words which we have laboured to interpret. For the same things uttered in Hebrew and translated into another tongue have not the same force in them. And not only these things, but the law itself and the prophets and the rest of the books have no small difference when they are spoken in their language. Because when you translate from the Hebrew into another language, some of the words lose their meaning, and some of these parts of the scriptures become lost in translation. And really, this is something that happens with all languages, right? So there are some words, there's some things that that doesn't really translate well. Okay, and that is the main issue with these translations. But that does not change the fact that the scriptures contain the 100% truth and the words of the Most High Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, and we through faith in the Most High Yahweh Hashem Yahushua believe that the King James version that we have been given of the scriptures is an accurate, translation, as accurate as possible, the most accurate translation of the scriptures, and contains the 100% truth and the word of the Most High Yahweh Hashem Yahushua as accurately as you can make it in the English. So you have these Jake, right? These Negro spirituals that think that they are deep, wanting to argue against the scriptures, and what they'll say is, well, the Bible has been tampered with, the scriptures has been tampered with, has been, what has been added and removed from the scriptures, and things have been changed and moved around. So you can't really trust in what the scriptures say. And let's get to that precept, and that does not really matter to the meaning of the Lord, because what we have, right, is the spirit of the Most High Yahweh Hashem Yahweh, and the faith of the Most High Yahweh Hashem Yahweh, which informs us and allows us to know that this the scriptures, all right, that we have, right, the understanding of the scriptures that we have is the true understanding. So this is the book of Romans 3 verse 3. For what if some did not believe? Shall their unbelief make the faith of the Most High without effect? The Most High forbid. Yea, let the Most High be true, but every man a liar. As it is written, that thou mightest be justified in thy sayings, and mightest overcome when thou art judged. And I read that just to show you that the opinions of men, do not really matter, because at the end of the day, the word of the Most High, Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh, and the truth of the Most High, Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh, will stand, right? So it's not a matter of proving that the King James is an accurate translation of the scriptures, right, of the Hebrew Bible, because you really can't do that, even though they have brothers that know the Hebrew. At the end of the day, you can't really prove that all the translations and all the words are accurate as possible. And of course, we have found those errors. Like for example, when it talks about how thou shalt not abhor an Edomite, that there is a clerical error there. Not only there is a classic clerical error. You also have some translation. There's some translation errors and other examples of translation errors. I'm not really going to go into that right now, but what you should understand though is that all of these um, errors that you want to talk about, all these quote unquote errors, which really they aren't if you want to go into it, has already has already had videos made on them and corrected by the men of the Lord. So really, we have the accurate translation of the scriptures, and there isn't any error in the translation. I can't say that any part of the scriptures or anything has been taken out of the scriptures, because we have the complete understanding of the scriptures on this side through the spirit and power of Yahweh Hashem Yahshai. And another thing he mentions is in the book of Genesis, right? That the curse of Canaan, right? There is a data precept. It's really difficult to find, but let me get it. All right. I'm looking for the precepts. All right, here it is. This should be it. No, wait. No, wait. Okay, this is it. Right. So this is the book of Genesis 9, verse 20. And Noah began to be an husbandman, and he planted a vineyard, and he drank the wine and was drunken, and he was uncovered within his tent. And Ham, the father of Canaan, saw the nakedness of his father, and told his two brethren without. And Shem and Japheth took a garment and laid it upon both their shoulders, and went backward and covered the nakedness of their father. And their faces were backward, and they saw not their father's nakedness, because it is in the law that you should not look upon the nakedness of your mother or your father. Let me go to that. Let me go to that. And here it is. So this is difficult because 15 verse 6 and 8. None of you shall approach to any that is near of kin to him to uncover their nakedness. I am Yahweh. The nakedness of thy father or the nakedness of thy mother shalt thou not uncover. She is thy mother. Thou shalt not uncover her nakedness. The nakedness of thy father's wife shalt thou not uncover. It is thy father's nakedness. The nakedness of thy sister, the daughter of thy father, or daughter of thy mother, whether she be born at home or born abroad, even their nakedness shalt not thou uncover. Right? So if your father has multiple wives, right? Just because one of the wives that your father has is not your mother, does not mean that you can lie with her or anything like that. Because when you go into uncovering nakedness, the scriptures are manifold. It also means you shouldn't be looking at them when they are naked, and also means that we shouldn't, have any affairs, or have any affairs, sexual affairs with them. Okay, and that includes your sister as well and your brother as well. Because really, you're not supposed to even be looking at anybody's nakedness. Except for your woman, of course. Your wife. When anyway, so that's Now, maybe if you think about them, all these public baths, all these bathhouses where, especially with these hidden, this mainly these East Asians, these East Asians, and you see that a lot here in India, where they have all these public baths house, and everybody just comes together and start taking a bath and things like that. But really, that's not supposed to happen according to the scriptures. You're not supposed to be looking at another man's nakedness, whether it's their naked body or whether it's actually the naked bodies of somebody that belongs to their house, wives, children, so on and so forth. You know, Anyway, let me go back to the precepts. All right, that's the reason why um, when you have Shem and Japheth coming to see their father, naked and drunk, they decide to turn their backs and lay a blanket on him so they can cover up his nakedness. So this is the book of Genesis 9, verse 24. And Noah awoke from his wine and knew what his younger son had done unto him. And he said, Cursed be Canaan, a servant of servants, shall he be unto his brethren. And he said, Blessed be Yahweh, power of Shem, and Canaan shall be his servants. The Most High Yahweh shall enlarge Japheth, and he shall dwell in the tents of Shem, and Canaan shall be his servants. Right? And if you listen to the videos that I posted, the video that I clipped together with this one, they added some extra part to the scriptures. In that sense, they said that they got it from the Book of Mormon, and I did some research trying to find, those parts that were added from the Book of Mormon, right? Or the book of or the version of the Bible that the Book of Mormons have, which the Book of Mormons they have, or the Mormons they have these different books. I believe the leader of the Mormons was Joseph Smith, and the Book of Nephi and other books like that. But I can't really find the translation where you have in the book of Genesis, where it is where those things that he said, right? Where you have Canaan being turned to a black man with the kinky hair and the thick lips and all the other parts I mentioned and the long road and everything. You can't really find that translation or that version because how Esau Edom is now that his secrets are being uncovered, he's covering everything up, right? Because nobody is actually talking about that. They're just roughly nobody's actually going into that. Nobody should, and I can't really find it online. Good luck trying to find those kind of obscure or lesser known translation of the scriptures, especially the ones that have to deal with the Esau's racism against our people, the Israelites. See about it. Let me just time it to just to show what I'm talking about. If I remember correctly, it should be also in the book of Nephi, but this one that he was talking about is in the book of Genesis, right? Let's take this first one. Fear latter day saints. And this is let's open to it. What does the Book of Mormon mean by skin of blackness? The following is an excerpt from Branch A. Garner's Second Witness, Analytical and Contextual Commentary of the Book of Mormon. And so, I have to rush a little bit for this because I just remember not much time to be going into all of this. So this is from the Book of Mormon, Second Nephi 5:21. And he had caused the cursing to come upon them, yea, even a sore cursing, because their iniquity, for behold, they had hardened their hearts against him, that they had become like unto flames. Wherefore, as they were white and exceeding fair and delightsome, that they not be enticing unto my people, the Lord God did cause a skin of blackness to come upon them. And this is the book of Nephi, but the one that we're talking about is the book of Genesis, because what we were talking about was that, because of the curse of Canaan, because of the curse that the Most High put on Canaan, that curse also included their skin being darkened, which is not the case, okay? Because from the scriptures, right, from these same scriptures, that Noah and all three of his sons, they were dark-skinned people, okay? So that's Noah, Shem, Ham, and Japheth, they were all dark-skinned people. So you can't put the cause of darkness or the cause of blackness of dark-skinned people, right? And this precept right here is another precept that is Negro black unconscious people try to use to bring charges against the Most High to say that, oh well, look, the Most High, however, Shani Oshai was in support of slavery because he used this cause to put the Canaanites in slavery, and Esau Edom also used this precept to put our people in slavery, which of course, we know about the slave Bible and we know what it entails, and we know that the deceit that Esau Edom used, when it comes to the scriptures to put our people in slavery, how they removed the part of the scriptures that condemn their actions. Let's get an example of that. It is not written that he that stealeth a man and he be found in his hand. Let's get that. He that stealeth a man. Hold on. Here it is. Exodus 21, verse 16. And he that stealeth a man and selleth him, or if he be found in his hand, he shall surely be put to death. Right. That's a code, right? That's a code right there. Right? He that stealeth a man and selleth him, or if he be found in his hand, he shall surely be put to death. That is going into kidnapping and what Esau did to our people during the transatlantic slave trade. And that's why you devils have a lot to pay for. Okay. And this is not, the same as what happened between Noah and Canaan. What that was going into was actually future prophecy. Because this is how the Most High Yahweh Hashem Yahshua set it up, and that's all we can say about that. The reason why the Edomites are going into slavery, the reason why the nations are going into slavery, the reason why our people went into slavery is because this is how the Most High Yahweh Hashem Yahshua set it up. And if you have a problem with that, you can go into the book of Romans, the 9th chapter, the verse where it says, nay, but oh man, let me get that. But that's the whole point right here because you have a lot of our people, especially in that black unconscious, all these black unconscious movements, whether it's chemits, whether it's whatever other thing that they're into, all this African spirituality and voodoo and all that, another mess. Always trying to look for occasion to come against these truths and to try to put a charge on the Most High Yahweh Hashem Yahshai, or discredit the scriptures or call themselves finding, inconsistencies in the scriptures, and they're always looking for an excuse. But let's get this. Romans 9, verse 20. Nay, but O man, who art thou that repliest against the Most High? Jehovah shall the thing formed say to him that formed it, why hast thou made me thus? Hath not the potter power over the clay of the same lump to make one vessel unto honor and another unto dishonor? And as for the reason why the Most High Jehovah allowed, Canaan, right, the son of Ham, to be put into slavery because of the sin of Ham, in which he looked upon his father's nakedness, and Noah prophesied that prophecy. It is because this is how the Most High Yahweh set it up. And at the end of the day, you see through the actions of the Canaanites, right, with what they did by coming into the Holy Land and the wickedness that they committed in the Holy Land. Okay, that is before Moses, and our people became established as a nation, and we are liberated from Egypt and moved into the Promised Land. You saw the wickedness of the Canaanites to the point where the Most High Yahweh Hashem Yahshua even said that as you go to possess this land, follow not the way of the people that were formerly in the land. Let me get that. Let me show you that precept. Let me see if I can find these precepts. Hold on. Let me look. Let me see if I can find these precepts. Alright, let me use this one. So this is the book of Numbers 33, verse 51. Speak unto the children of Israel and say unto them, when ye are passed over Jordan into the land of Canaan, then ye shall drive out all the inhabitants of the land from before you, and destroy all their pictures and destroy all their molten images and quite pluck down all their high places. And ye shall dispossess the inhabitants of the land and dwell therein. For I have given you the land to possess it, and ye shall divide the land by lot for an inheritance among your families. And to the more ye shall give the more inheritance, to the fewer ye shall give the less inheritance. Every man's inheritance shall be in the place where his lot falleth, according to the tribes of your fathers ye shall inherit. But if you will not drive out the inhabitants from the land from before you, then it shall come to pass that those which ye let remain of them shall be pricks in your eyes, and thorns in your side, and shall vex you in the land wherein ye dwell. Moreover, it shall come to pass that I shall do unto you as I thought to do unto them. Right, because the Canaanites were being wicked in that land. Okay, let me see what I can find these precepts. Let me see if I can find some of these dark precepts that's going into um I think it should be this one. Okay, this is the same numbers. Let me see. Let me just read it. Numbers 35, verse 33. So ye shall not pollute the land wherein ye are, for blood it defileth the land, and that land shall not be cleansed of the blood that is shed therein. By the blood of him that shed it, defile not therefore the land which ye shall inhabit wherein I dwell. For I, Yahweh, dwell among the children of Israel. Right, because the Canaanites that were dwelling in that land, the differences Canaanites that were dwelling in that land were committing all kinds of wickedness against the Most High Yahweh, Shem Yahshai, idolatry, human sacrifice, fornications and adulteries, all kinds of wickedness, and they had to be removed from that land and also put into captivity in order to fulfill the words of Noah, his prophecy that he prophesied against Ham, that this is what would happen to Canaan. And that is the reason why you have, the curse of Canaan, basically, which has already been fulfilled. Right, so the next captivity is going to be a captivity on all the heathen, you know, because that is what is coming next as well. And this is how the Most High Yahweh Bashan Yashai wills it, that our people, the Israelites, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians, will be in rulership over all the people, all the nations, and all the earth. So with that, I'll end the video right here. Once again, all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Basham Yawashai, Basham Rakakwadash, Wa Abad Babal, Wa Shalak, Judwa Shalak Shapatyam Al Babal Shalawam. And let me also say this as well, that we are not Africans, okay? We are the Israelites according to the scriptures. Shalawam.